and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia, and today I'm going to take you along on my fairly dull workday as a Humanities PhD student. Hello, Beetle. So I've watched a lot of PhD vlogs, but most of them are done by science researchers who do really cool and interesting looking things in labs, whereas me, being a historical musicologist, I mostly just sit at my desk and read and write. So let's see how interesting I can actually make this video. It might be very short, it might just be a long montage of me scribbling stuff down on my notebook, but we'll see. It is bright and early on a Wednesday morning, and the first thing I do in the morning is to write my to-do list. Now, like everyone and their mother, I use a bullet journaling system. So I've got my notebook here, and then I plan what I have to do today. Okay, so I've written my to-do list in my bullet journal. This is what it looks like. The main thing I have to do today is write 1,000 words for a paper / essay / possible part of a thesis chapter that I'm working on at the moment. So this is a discussion of a primary source that I've been looking at for the past month. That's my main task that actually takes a lot of effort and concentration, so I'm going to do that first this morning. Then I also have to read and annotate an article that just came out in a journal that's really relevant to me. And then I also needed to organize a big stack of papers, which is in that black box behind me. This is something that's going to take a while. It's probably going to take me a few hours because it's just a big stack of PhD related documents that I've not bothered to file properly. And now they're all in that box that's overflowing, and I need to put them away and file them properly. Now this is something that I can do pretty much at the end of my workday because it takes basically no focus at all, and I can do that while listening to an audiobook or a podcast or some music, something like that anyway, so I'm going to put that last. Then something else I want to do today, and that'll be during my lunch break, is record 1 or 2 Spinster's Library videos that I've already scripted. They're all ready to go, so all I have to do is actually set up everything and record those. So this is my plan for today. Like I said, life of a Humanities PhD student, not very exciting. This is what my desk looks like, by the way. So from left to right we have a desk lamp that I practically never use because during the day the light in here is actually quite good, coming in from the window. Over there's my reading chair, which currently has a Minerva in it. And then there's a pot of very badly looked after cat grass. Can't even keep that alive. There's some books that I'm currently using for my research. Above the desk I have a pin board, which is mostly used as a scratching post. And I have my whiteboard where I like to write down my main tasks for the day. And here's my laptop and my planner. Alright, now it's time for me to get started on those 1,000 words. I use Onenote for all note taking and drafting and things like that. I only recently started using Onenote, so I'm still getting used to the software, but I'm really enjoying the flexibility of it so far. There's just so much that you can do with it and keep all your notes in one place. Right, so I'm a third of the way done with my writing for today, with my goal of 1,000 words. And I'm taking my first short break of the day. In a moment I'm going to go downstairs and make myself some tea. But first I thought I'd just quickly let you know what I'm actually doing. So my PhD is in music, but more specifically it's a musicology project about domestic music in early 19th century Britain. Specifically, I'm looking at how the guitar was used as a domestic instrument and how that links to gender and class in Britain. I'm a part-time PhD student. That means that I devote 4 days a week, 4 full days a week to my PhD instead of 5. So that means that I'm still very much in the phase where I'm trying to figure out what exactly my research is going to be, and this may well change within the next 6 months to a year. In terms of my workday, I really enjoy working from home at the moment because, frankly, my cats are adorable and I love having them around. I also like being here in my own space. I'm so lucky to call this room my office. I mean, it's also a guest room, which is why there's a big guest bed over there. But for most of the year, it is my space and I can do with it what I want. I've got a wonderful, nice big desk and I've got all of my materials that I need here. Sometimes I go to the university, most often when I need the library, and sometimes I go and use one of the university offices or one of the other learning spaces when I feel like I need to get out of the house. But most of the time I'm quite happy in here. Finally done with my 1,000 words. Yay! They're probably not the best 1,000 words I've ever written, but who cares? It's done. So now the next thing I have to do is reading that article, but it's lunchtime now, so I'm going to take my lunch break. That means I'm gonna go make myself some lunch, and then after that I'll film the Spinster's Library video that I want to film today, which is the Women in Harry Potter one about Moaning Myrtle. I'm very excited about this. I've already written out the script, so all I have to do is read it out. I also need to fix up my hair, which seems to be falling down the side of my head. Alright, the hair's all secure again. See you after lunch. I'm back after my lunch. I made myself a semolina soup, which was very tasty but absolutely vile looking, so I'm sparing you a picture of that. Next thing I want to do before my lunch is over is record that Moaning Myrtle episode of Women in Harry Potter. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, that episode has already been published, so there'll be a link on the screen somewhere and also in the description box probably. So I've just finished filming the Women in Harry Potter episode, which means I'm going to wipe the lipstick off now and then get back to my PhD work. Next thing on my list is reading and annotating a journal article, so I'll get on with that. Right, I finally finished with that article. Actually took a lot longer than I thought. It's almost 4:30 now, so I'm going to finish it up here. I haven't quite completed... well, I haven't even started my last task for today, which was to organise that big box of documents in the bag. But I can't really start that without finishing it, so I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. Sometimes it happens that you plan out everything and then tasks just take up more time than you think they would. But that's fine because I'll just get my planner out now and then make sure I migrate that task of organising the papers to tomorrow, and I will definitely give it more time than I thought it would take today. So this was it for my working day. I hope this was at least a little bit useful. I don't see how it would be, but there you go. I don't know if I'm going to be something like this again, because actually filming me working took some time out of me actually doing work. But let me know if you're interested in another one of these. Maybe one day I'll do something exciting like go to a library. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.